RITC Cybersecurity, empowering businesses with robust cybersecurity protection.
Welcome to the Cyber Reality Podcast from RITC Cybersecurity, small business partner in proactive cybersecurity. I'm Mike Rotundo, and here with me, as always, is the lovely and talented Mari Cherry, the brains behind the podcast. Today, we are going to unravel the mysteries of cybersecurity one bite at a time. We're going to explore digital heists, hacker exploits, uncover online threats, and strategies to stay ahead. Whether you're an IT pro, business owner, or just safeguarding your personal stuff, this is your guide to the cyber world. Today, we're going to go through some cybersecurity news and discuss what, Mari?
Cybersecurity fundamentals and training implementation.
Very cool. All important things. Fundamentals.
So exciting. So exciting. So today,
Yes.
everything's from The Hacker News.
Cool.
I have three news stories, all from The Hacker News. New Android Trojan Horaditus outsmarts anti-fraud systems by typing like a human.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah, that's exciting. Just kidding. I'm a little scared. It's fine. Horaditus is designed to perform device takeover while making first attempts to mimic human behavior and bypass behavior biometrics detection. Threat Fabric said in a report shared with The Hacker News. So that's fun. The Dutch security company said the Trojan was first advertised in underground forums on September 7th, 2025, as part of the malware as a service model, touting its ability to run on devices running Android version 9 to 16.
Mhm.
That's a pretty big window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what version Android's on, but yeah,
But still, 9 to 16 seems like
it's pretty broad.
unless they jump by threes, then it's
It
not.
could be.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be.
It's assessed that while the malware is not a direct evolution of another banking malware known as Brockwell, it certainly appears to have taken certain parts of it to put together the new strain. This includes similarities in the obfuscation technique used, as well as direct mentions of Brockwell in Horaditus. I'm not sure what that means.
So what they're doing is basically, so Brookwell was an older version, an older Trojan. They're just taking pieces of it and then incorporating into theirs. That's
Okay.
all.
Horaditus is also the latest in a long list of Android malware to abuse accessibility services to realize its goals, distributed via dropper apps masquerading as Google Chrome
Mhm.
through SMS phishing or other social engineering ploys. The malicious program leverages the accessibility feature to interact with the screen, serve
Yeah.
opaque overlay screens, grant itself extra permissions as required, grab the lock screen pin
Hmm.
or pattern, and install remote APK files. But
Yes.
wait, there's more. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, I know. It just kept going. Anyway, thoughts.
Well, going back to the being able to type like a human, when you go to those go to websites and it gives you the capture screen and it's like pick these images, pick bicycles. If you go through it too fast, it thinks you're a machine.
hmm
And so what this is doing is putting in 3-second pauses or little pauses in between, so it
It's
makes it look like
random.
yeah,
It's picking random increments of time, so it
yes,
seems more
more human.
humanoid.
Yeah. If you're typing 500 words a minute or if you're typing 50 words a minute,
hmm
machine versus human. So yeah, and then yeah, there's a lot packed into this. And Android, I always laugh when people tell me how safe Androids are because it's like, yeah, no, it's one of the most hacked softwares out there.
Is
So
that a thing? I don't think I've
yeah,
heard that.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
because I've heard that about Apple products, but that's I've seen some things
Much
about that
harder to
lately
hack
too.
Apple. Yeah.
I don't know if anything's safe these
No, it's
days,
not. But Android's open
nowadays.
source. A lot of it, I mean, I think a lot
hmm
of Android is open source. So it's just the problem is
More
is the
accessible.
the Google store and all that. Anyway, that's a whole rabbit hole. But
Um, the other day I said back in my day.
oh, Mari.
Made me feel so old. I was talking to my kid and her friend. I was like, well, back in my day. And I was like, oh no.
I did that at a seafood restaurant I was at one time, and the kids like, you should really try this minuet sauce. And I'm like, son, I've been eating oysters with. I was like, oh shit, did I just say that?
I'm gonna just go
I'm just gonna eat my oysters now. Would you please walk away. Thank you.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, back around. Right. Anyway, that's all I've got for that story, unless there was something else you wanted to add.
No, I mean it's becoming worldwide and it is targeting financial. So it's, US, Turkey, UK, Poland, and moving across the world. So
Hmm.
and what's going to happen with this is that after these guys get their ROI back, they're going to start reselling it as a service.
Yep. Jeez. All right. Next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Researchers expose Ghost Call and GoldIre, Blue Noroff's new malware chains. This one was
Yes.
kind of a bummer. Anyway, so threat actors tied to North Korea have been observed targeting the Web3 and blockchain sectors as part of twin campaigns tracked as Ghost Call and GoldIre. According to Kaspersky, the campaigns are part of a broader operation called SnatchCrypto that has been underway since at least 2017. I like that, at least
Yeah.
2017. The activity is attributed to a Lazarus group subcluster called Blue Noroff, which is also known as APT38, KG Chameleon, Crypto Core, Genie Spider, Nickel Gladstone, Sapphire Sleet,
You
and
just like those names.
they listed them.
Yeah.
I don't know this one either, though. Stardust Colima? Yeah. Victims of the Ghost Call campaign span several infected macOS hosts located in Japan, Italy, France, Singapore, Turkey, Spain, Sweden, India, and Hong Kong. Whereas Japan and Australia have been identified as the major hunting grounds for the Ghost Hire campaign.
Interesting. Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Ghost Call heavily targets the Mac OS devices of executives at tech
Hmm.
companies and in the venture capital sector by directly approaching targets via platforms like Telegram and inviting potential victims to investment-related meetings linked to Zoom-like phishing websites.
Yeah. It's
So,
pretty wild.
mhm,
So they're preying on people's greed and they're,
mhm.
trying to get them, so if make a good enough sales pitch, I, I think it's pretty amazing what they did with this. So
Uh-huh.
actually,
Yeah.
you know,
They're also using deepfakes
yeah.
on the calls.
Yeah, recordings of the calls and getting people to, but again, all they're really doing is getting people to violate what they know to be true. They want
Mhm.
you to download the Zoom SDK or the Teams SDK to be able to, so you can continue with the meeting. So they suck you in
Yeah.
and say, oh, yeah, you need to be able to do that. You need to do this too.
Yeah, or to be like, oh, actually, you need this version, or something went wrong. Let's
Yeah.
try this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sneaky.
Yeah. And just going along that lines, it's not specifically about this, but and I was going to ESPN yesterday, and this has happened a couple times. There's
Hmm.
something infected at ESPN because it always wants me to download something called Nicely Something. And I was like, I just
Well, I
force
don't think
quit
so.
on Safari and start over again. But yeah, there's some kind of something on there that's trying to force you to download things. And I think people are going to, and it calls itself a cookie. And I think people will probably fall for that.
Yeah.
So be careful when you're going to ESPN because there's something infected there and it ain't right.
And it doesn't do it the second time around.
It doesn't do it the second time around. Well,
Hmm.
it did it the second time around this time, but I had already finished the story I was interested in, so
Oh.
I just went away from it. But it's the second time. It's the second time in a row it happened that yesterday. It's happened once before, but when I killed Safari, it never happened again until then. But
Hmm.
yeah, so this is something that's happening that's consistent. They're probably trying to get you to download what they're calling cookies, but what do you need a cookie for?
I don't know.
So
But that's a good question that I think a lot of people don't have the answer to, but they see
yeah,
it, and so they're like, "Oh, this is a regular thing."
yeah,
Click.
it's just a cookie. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Well,
yeah, it goes ahead and opens up the file system and tries to, yeah, actually download something. Yeah.
um, that's all I've got for that one.
Okay.
Okay. New ChatGPT Atlas browser exploit lets attackers plant persistent hidden commands.
Yep.
Too bad. This exploit can allow attackers to infect systems with malicious code, grant themselves access privileges, or deploy malware. Layer X Security co-founder and CEO, or Eshed, said in a report shared with the Hacker News. Memory, first introduced by OpenAI in February 2024, is designed to allow the AI chatbot to remember useful details between chats, thereby allowing its responses to be more personalized and relevant.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep.
This could be anything ranging from a user's name and favorite color to their interests and dietary preferences. The attack poses a significant security risk in that by tainting memories, it allows the malicious instructions to persist unless users explicitly navigate to the settings and delete them. In doing so, it turns a helpful feature into a potent weapon that can be used to run attacker-supplied code.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Um, what can they gain with that, do you think? What is the point of them attacking the memory of the ChatGPT?
Well, by attacking the memory of the ChatGPT, they stay in persistence instead of trying to install something. So they're
Mm,
persistently there and they're just in there, and then they're able to manipulate ChatGPT
okay.
by being in that memory.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you can change the commands coming through, and yeah, it's pretty sophisticated stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's really great.
yeah, it
Really
allows
great.
malicious instructions to persist unless the users explicitly navigate to the settings and delete them. So I mean, what it's trying to do is basically change the settings inside the browser so that it can continue to push malware and continue to do data harvest and continue to, steal IDs and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah. There's another part that it says, by chaining a standard CSRF to a memory write, an attacker can invisibly plant instructions that survive across devices, sessions, and even different browsers.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got. Beware.
Fun. Yeah. I mean, I think the way the attack plays out is interesting. It's when you log into ChatGPT, they're tricked into launching malicious links by social engineering, and yeah, and then malicious web page starts triggering stuff, and that's just becoming, as technically cool as this stuff is, it
Hmm.
still comes down to a, human manipulation. Really, I mean, that's what's happening is, they're manipulating the human animal and getting it to respond, and then they're able to exploit from there. The human person on the other side that's clicking that stuff's doing all the work for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's kind of cool. I
yeah,
mean, it's a bummer how it plays out, but the idea.
yeah. But I mean, and, people think, oh, I've been trained. I know how to do this, blah, 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 blah. I don't need to be trained. This is, I'm never going to fall for this. And then they're generally the ones that fall for
I do every day. Just kidding.
it. Keep in mind, you are the director of operations of a cybersecurity company. So, yeah,
Well, we'll just shh, shh.
keep that down.
Yeah.
We won't record it.
Yeah, we'll see. Shh. Okay. That's all I've got for news. That's it.
Okay, that's
So,
enough. Mari
yeah,
promised this one would be quick, so it's going to be quick.
it's gonna be so quick.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But cybersecurity fundamentals, what every employee should know,
Okay.
or we'll see. I don't know. Maybe not. You tell me.
Okay.
So awareness,
Hmm.
understanding everyone's role in the
Right.
company,
Right.
uh, and protecting the data, like
Yep.
yours. And if you see something weird that's somebody else that you know is like not really in their scope, maybe you could say something.
Right.
Uh, recognize common threats
Hmm.
like phishing, malware, ransomware. What am I missing?
Social engineering, physical penetration test of some kind, that kind of stuff.
All right. Avoid clicking
So,
suspicious links.
yep.
Um, and two, security best practices, creating unique, complex passwords
Yes.
or phrases
Yep.
and changing them maybe on a regular basis.
That would be
Probably,
recommended.
probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Locking your devices,
Yep.
putting an automatic lock on them, maybe,
Yeah.
right? Because you can do that. Set
Auto
it for like,
lock,
yeah.
15
So that
minutes.
way, yeah, if you happen to get up and forget,
Hmm.
it'll
You
do
also
it
want
on
to
its
have
own.
session timeouts too.
Yes. Yeah, that's another one. Good. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Avoid using public Wi-Fi for work-related tasks
Yep.
and using only approved tools for sharing information.
Yes.
Data protection and privacy.
Hmm.
Know what qualifies as sensitive or confidential information,
Yes.
which I don't know. I think sometimes it should be pretty obvious, but maybe
There's
have
always
it.
nuances to people.
Yeah. Yeah, what seems like important information to one person may not seem so important to someone else.
Well, that's why it's incumbent upon the IT, the privacy officer, the compliance team, or whoever's in charge to say, this is our data elements that we consider to be secure, that we consider to be private. This is what
Hmm.
we consider to be private information. That's why we define it in our policies. But additionally, we still get information, like then because then you have people that take that overboard and go, well, wait a minute, this has a birth date in it, and as well as it any other information in it? It's like, no, it's just got someone's birthday, and it's like, do you think other people
Whose
could have
birthday?
that same birthday? It's
Mhm.
like, is that personally identifying someone? Well, no.
Oh,
Then
okay. So there are guidelines.
yeah, so it has to be a combination. This is, Jane's birthday is, August 13th, 2021, or whatever. And it's not, it's just if you see August 13th, 2021, it could mean anything, right? I mean, so
Anything.
yeah, I mean, we
Who?
run into that with like, and we also, when I was doing a lot of like, there was a company that was dealing with prescriptions, was a client of mine, and they'd get like a prescription number and they're like, is that PII? And it's like, well, if it's combined with a user's name and this, that, and the other thing, yeah. But a prescription number in and of itself, just like an insurance number in and of itself is just a random 16 string of numbers. It's not specifically
Yeah.
identifiable.
Yeah, you're
But
getting
it's
into a little more information.
when you combine them, then it becomes confidential or highly
True.
confidential.
Yes. Got it. Okay. Follow approved data storage and disposal methods.
Hmm.
That's a big one. Comply with relevant privacy regulations
Yeah.
and use encryption.
Yes. Please.
Uh, in what do you call it? In transit and at rest, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Both.
Good job.
Both. Those. Um, Incident response awareness.
Yeah.
Report suspicious activity immediately. Immediately. What's that
Yep.
from? Mean Girls. Um, do not try. I had it playing in my head.
I
I saw the
understand.
whole scene. Do not try to fix or hide a security issue yourself. Follow the company's incident response procedures.
Yes.
That should be written down somewhere.
Yes.
Stay calm.
Yeah. That's
Thought that was
important.
funny. So stay calm. Uh, Quick and accurate reporting helps minimize damage.
Mhm.
Social engineering and human factors. Be cautious of emails or calls asking for sensitive data, or just give them what they want. What could
Yeah.
happen?
Right.
Just kidding.
Sure.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Verify identities before sharing information. Avoid posting detailed work information on social media.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about this
Okay.
after the podcast, probably.
Okay.
It's not detailed,
Right.
but should you give your location?
I don't think you should ever give your location.
But marketing. Oh,
Well, it depends on how generic your location is, right? And is it after the fact, before the fact? Is it
before,
during?
because you're
So
trying to.
saying if you're saying you're going to be at an event, that's one
Yes.
thing.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, 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 no. That's marketing. If you're saying I am now at the Starbucks at 32nd Street in Indian School, that's not marketing. That's, you know,
Okay.
you get
So
it?
events, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Random places, bad.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Um, let's see. Remember, attackers often exploit human trust. They do. I'm,
So they
I'm
do.
too trusting, that's for sure. I'm
Well,
too
you look at those
trusting.
previous stories, right?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they're also really tricky. So
Yeah.
it makes it hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got cybersecurity at home, a small little section.
Okay.
Use strong passwords and MFA on personal accounts. Keep your home Wi-Fi and devices updated and secured. Avoid using shared devices for confidential work tasks and backup important personal data regularly. So backups aren't just for businesses. You should do it at home too.
100%.
Yes.
Because you get ransomware at home and
Hmm.
you've got a good backup, you can just say, yeah, fine, whatever. I'm going to
That's
wipe
right.
everything and
Yep, I got it.
yep.
Got it. Okay. 7, ongoing training and culture. Participate in regular cybersecurity refreshers and drills,
Mhm.
like IR tabletop.
Yep.
Stay informed about new threats and security practices, which is kind of why we try to share news, right?
Right. Exactly.
Encourage a culture of awareness and responsibility. I like that one.
Yeah.
Security is everyone's responsibility,
Yes.
not just IT, not just the executives,
Right.
everyone.
Right.
Yeah. Um, and then I have a few training fundamentals, like implementing
Okay.
training, because I feel like that would be useful. Where do you
Yes.
start? I don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
So maybe step number one, and you tell me if this is right or not.
Yeah.
Assess the current security culture.
Yes. Very
Yeah.
much so.
So how do we go about that?
Well, have they ever had cybersecurity training? Okay, that's yes or no.
Mhm.
You're also going to look at the sophistication of the user. What do they do?
Okay.
Age of the user, of the
Age?
users. Yeah. Younger
Mhm.
people will be more tech savvy than older people, right?
Well,
People in their 50s have not grown up with technology, whereas people in their 20s have lived with it their entire life.
okay.
So, um, that being said, the flip side of that is people in their 20s are going to be more used to being more open online, whereas people in the 50s are not
They
going to
will
be
be
open.
more cautious,
Yes. So,
hopefully.
but those are just factors you can use to go, okay, but basically, you're going to look at the tech savvy. The other part of that is that will tell you the level of the user, so what kind of training they need, but it'll also tell you how sophisticated the training can be, right? If
Yeah,
you need C spot run training, which is basically, A plus
my kids love
B
that book.
equals C, yeah. But I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. You don't want to give them, the square root of 4 is 2 because they can't handle that.
Right.
So,
You gotta work up
yeah.
basic, intermediate, pro.
Right, right. So, develop a progression. So you've got the easy stuff at the beginning, the first year, the second year, and then people that get added in afterwards are you're gonna have to have like a remedial training for onboarding, and then you move them up. So,
Hmm. Yeah, which is why it's really important to start early because then it can grow with your company.
right. And the other thing is you don't want to give the same training every year
Hmm.
because people are gonna be like, yeah, 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 I know.
I've heard this so many times.
Yeah,
I could teach this class.
exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Define goals and training objectives. I thought this was interesting.
Yep.
So, what would be an example of a goal and then the objective to reach that goal?
For training,
Hmm.
the goal would be to minimize phishing clicks or
Okay.
phishing events. So
Hmm.
you would use phishing training
Hmm.
as an effort to reduce those clicks. So if you
Okay.
send out a phishing test and 50% of your people click on it, your goal is for next time to have it be 10% or 20% or whatever. So that's it. So you need to establish a baseline so you can actually create
Hmm.
positive goals.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
So
Three, develop or adopt a training program.
right.
So,
Yeah.
uh, that's something we're working on.
Yes. We've
And we've
written
been
our
talking
own.
about that for a while.
Right.
Develop or adopt a training program. Offer course security awareness for all employees. Create a role-based learning for department. I like that.
Yes.
Leverage a learning management system.
Hmm.
Use micro-learning. This one, I
Okay.
think, is a really good idea.
Okay.
Short, focused lessons delivered monthly or quarterly. Short.
Yes.
I feel like it's like when you're talking to a child, you
Right.
know? After a couple minutes, it's like wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Short.
Sure.
Yeah. Number four, incorporate real world scenarios, which I feel like we've tried to do in the trainings and
Yes.
in the podcasts. I know we're just, I don't know. We like to educate people, inform people, and we do the news. That was a great idea. So
Yeah.
real world scenarios.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Uh fishing simulations.
Yes.
That's not something we have yet, but
It is critical.
it is. Um,
Yeah. And going back to the specialized training real quick, that is actually is part of NIST, in that they want you to have specialized training for like your developers, your administrators, and that sort of thing because they have greater rights in the environment. So,
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Um, all right. Number 5, reinforce with ongoing awareness,
Mm-hmm.
which I
Yeah, it's
think
never
would,
one and done.
yeah, which I think works really well with that micro learning.
Yes.
If you keep it short and just keep
Yeah.
deep.
That's why our training episodes are 10 minutes.
Yes. I love that so much. Um, so yeah, send monthly cybersecurity tips or short reminder videos. That's
Hmm.
pretty cool.
Yep. Or
Uh,
listen to the Ciphered Reality podcast.
that is a great idea.
That should be a mandatory Friday morning meeting.
You know what? It's basically training,
It is.
weekly training.
Exactly. We
That's
educate and we
genius.
inform. We bring the listener in emotionally. We make them laugh. We make them cry. They go through the whole range of emotions and learn things. It's kind of like watching Cybersecurity Sesame Street.
That's great. I should have dressed up like the Count. Damn
Yeah, there
it.
you go. We could
Okay,
be Ernie and Bert.
Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
Bert and Ernie. 5. Oh, oh, okay. This would reward departments or individuals who demonstrate good security practices. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. What have you
Yeah.
seen?
It's usually like a $5 Starbucks gift card for every user or something like that, or
Okay.
something small, but it's something,
It is something, some kind of incentive.
and yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And then the other thing is that if you do like go for a year, and cybersecurity is good everywhere, and everybody who doesn't click on things and is consistent, and then they get a little reward here and there. But yeah, by department's the best way to do it. The first people to get their training done, and the first people to do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I wonder if they could pull together and do like a 50 or $100 gift card,
Well,
to like
depending
the
on the size of
person
the company,
with the best,
yeah, depending on the size of the company.
yeah,
So,
a
but I
new
mean,
car. Just kidding.
yeah, but going back to the micro training too. I mean, the short training is what's really
Hmm.
going to keep. I mean, the average person's um, intelligence span is, I think it's 8 minutes, because that's typically the breaks in between commercials on a sitcom.
Oh,
I think it's
see,
8.
they got that nailed down.
Yeah, maybe lower than that. It could be 5. I don't know, but yeah, it's somewhere around 8.
Why do you
Um,
think it's so short?
because that's what the typically that's when commercial breaks are in TV.
Yeah, I think it's just like screens in
But
general,
I
though.
I think it's actually gotten shorter because how long is the average reel on Instagram? A minute and a half?
Not 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a minute and a half,
Yeah, maybe.
2 minutes.
Average. I
Yeah,
don't even know if it's that long.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ours are about a minute and a half to 2 minutes.
Yeah. You gotta make it excited within the first you know, five,
Yeah,
ten
yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
number 6, measure
yes,
effectiveness.
yeah,
Track yourself.
yeah. You track your metrics.
Yes, that's a good word.
Yeah,
Probably should have maybe gotten some examples from you instead of
yeah.
just trying to come up with stuff by myself.
No, it's
So
fine.
go ahead. What did you call it?
Metrics.
Metrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Give me
it's a
some
funny,
examples.
fancy way of saying numbers.
Hmm.
How many clickers we had this month? How many people passed their test? How many people finished their training? How many people
Hmm.
did, it's that kind of stuff. And then
Okay.
how many instances have we had as compared to those that have clicked, and that kind of stuff. So it's tracking just to see the effectiveness. So if you're getting 100% no click rate, yet you have 50 phishing incidents a month, then something's wrong, right?
Hmm.
Because you're testing the quality of your training, the type of training, the ability of your users to adapt and listen and learn. And I mean, so you're tracking all these things, but a lot of them tie back to monetary issues, because then it ties back to risk. And then it's, well, do we have the right compensating controls in place? Are we doing too much training? Are we not doing enough training? What do we, and then it's like, well, is this training tool that we just bought for $5,000, is it really effective? Do
Yikes.
we need to buy, something else, or
Hmm.
do we need to get the free
Maybe
training from RITC Cybersecurity?
that's probably a better idea.
It's worth it at 10 times the price.
I also had this use feedback surveys to refine your future sessions.
Yeah, but The problem with surveys is everybody is surveying everything.
Even if it's like just in your company though?
In your company, I mean, you can do it, but so the first thing is everybody's going to be paranoid and say, well, this is even, it's always the famous, it's an anonymous survey. Bullshit. Nobody buys it's an anonymous survey. Um, everybody believes they're being tracked.
What if it
Um,
was paper?
well, if it was paper, then maybe, because they're not employing handwriting analysis.
Right.
But the fact of the matter, but people and then the people that get the paper are gonna be like, I gotta put all this stuff into a computer. Um, but someone's not gonna be happy anyway. People are getting surveyed to death. And
Hmm.
like, Steve brought up on that IVR episode, it's like, why are we asking the user to do our job by,
Sure. But
yeah,
I feel like that's a little different. If you're already going to have your employees doing training and signing papers saying they did the training,
yeah.
wouldn't it be helpful to ask for some feedback
I
from
think
said employees?
definitely would. I'm just saying, like, you may not get as much response unless you do
Probably
the
not.
following. You have the training module, and then there is a quick 3 question or
Yeah.
5 question training that they have to fill out, or survey that they have to fill out before the training will end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Something
that is a way of
super
doing
simple.
that. Yeah,
Okay. I have good ideas sometimes.
you do. That's why you're here.
I had to argue that one a little bit.
Yeah. You stated your case. Thank you, counselor.
I'm trying. Okay, last one. Update regularly.
Yes.
Review and refresh content quarterly or after major incidents. Add modules for new risks like AI threats
Hmm.
or remote work security. Adjust lessons based on feedback and industry trends.
Yes.
What else have we got?
Because again, it goes back to if you just give the same training over and over and over again, what are you really doing?
Not much.
Yeah.
Beating a dead horse. That's what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Not
So,
great.
nope.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Nope.
Now, do you have anything to add for training or cybersecurity
No, I think
fundamentals?
we're good on that. I think, just cybersecurity fundamentals is, patch your computers and
Do the regular things,
yeah, do the right stuff. I mean, and do what your training tells you to do. And, don't click on links you don't know about. Don't, someone sends you an SMS, you don't know them. Don't open the picture. Don't click on the link. Don't
Hmm.
watch what you're doing. There's no reason to be in a hurry. Don't click on
Hover
people.
over
Yeah.
an email. Hmm.
Do your due diligence. Do your due care.
Yeah.
And don't overshare. So
Yeah. That's hard sometimes for
it
people.
is. It's very hard for a lot of people on social media, especially if they've grown up with it.
Yeah. And if it's part of their job,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes it tricky.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so I have some questions.
Okay.
Pretty simple,
Hmm.
basic questions,
Yep.
but I figure we'll just go with it because why
Why not?
not? Exactly.
Yeah.
So, why should a company provide cybersecurity training?
Well, in some respects, it's now being required by a cybersecurity insurance. So,
Okay, that's a
but
good
it's
reason.
also a best practice because training your users will protect you in the long run.
Hmm.
It shouldn't be treated for certainly, it should not be treated as something you're just checking the box on. It does have a valid risk reduction and valid monetary component. So,
Yeah. Well, we're not really big on just checking boxes anyway, though. So
right,
that's
exactly.
fair. Okay, number two, how often should cybersecurity training be done?
Depending on how you want to do it, if you're doing micro training, if you're doing
Yep.
a long training, and whatever you do, but I mean, at least every quarter, preferably if you're doing micro training, it should be done every month.
Yeah. Or, I mean, listen to the podcast weekly. You could
We,
be
we, well, that's
way
that's just
ahead.
mandatory. That's just common sense.
Oh, right. For RITC employees. Yeah.
Yes.
Or anyone. Really,
Anyone.
anyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay. Three, who should participate in cybersecurity training?
Everyone.
Everyone. Number four, what is the first step in implementing cybersecurity training?
Evaluate, get a baseline of where your people are.
Yes. What topics should be included in cybersecurity training?
Well, cyber hygiene,
Okay.
proper applications, usage, data management or data security policies, internet practices, education on what ransomware and malware really are, what real threats are out there, social media education. So
How can companies make cybersecurity training effective?
if it's
Hmm.
bought in from the top down and the users are engaged, kind of like by a reward system or something like that that you mentioned,
Hmm.
if you really develop that culture of collaboration and you get the user to understand why it's important,
Hmm.
then you'll be effective. If you just throw it at everybody and you're just going to be draconian about it and say, do your training because I said so, that ain't going to do it.
How should employees report suspicious activity?
Every place is going to be different. A lot of places will just set up a mailbox and or say call HR or depending on the size of the company. But there should be some kind of whistleblower or
Hmm.
an incident response hotline or IT hotline where you contact people. So the last thing you want to do is get your computer infected with malware and then start emailing people.
Yeah,
So,
well, yeah, don't do that. What tools can help track cybersecurity training progress?
well, the LLMs, I mean, that's what they're there for, right?
Hmm.
The learning module tools will track it. Otherwise, you're going to have to manually track it.
Hmm.
So,
That's fun.
yeah,
Why should training be updated regularly?
to keep the user's interest because, well, that in the cybersecurity world changes so fast. I mean, you got
So
AI
fast,
changing every 3 months.
right?
So, as new attacks, trends, and issues appear, you need to have your users prepared for it. If you just
Hmm.
sit there and statically and say,
You're gonna
you're
be way
using
behind.
Windows 95 and you're on a 28 baud modem, and be careful if you download images because they may slow down the modem. That's
Hey.
not going to help.
10. What's the goal of cybersecurity training?
Educate your users, but really it's to reduce the risk to the company as a whole. Or if you're at home and you're taking cybersecurity training because you're really geeked about taking training, it's to protect the house. It's to
Yeah,
protect your stuff, ultimately, what it comes down to.
don't let people steal your food.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's all I got.
Did we kill it?
We we got it. That's
Cool.
it. That's all.
Excellent.
Hmm.
We're there. We're
Yeah,
done.
we're there.
All right. This is our very fast podcast today, as promised by the Director of Operations.
Hmm.
Say goodbye to the good folks, Mari.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the the Cypher Reality Podcast. As always, cybercrime is bad. Love RITC cybersecurity. We're gonna go trick or treating now. Have a
I
great day.
wish.
Bye.